Welcome to another edition of Dizzarian Plays MMOs. Today I'm in Everquest 2, and I'm on my level 92 Necromancer. And right after where we left off, there was this is going to be a continuation of the previous episode, so if you didn't watch that, you might want to check that out, because we're doing a pretty major quest line that's taking us into the next area. And the guy ran off, and he's not there anymore. But I did notice in my mailbox, I have a message from the duality. To the esteemed disease, due to your efforts assisting Urus, who was the guy I was just talking about, and true spirit Eldar, known as Ravenous, a breakthrough in the investigation of the mysterious deaths plaguing our world has been made. Please meet with me in the Ferrat, in the hidden camp. Make all haste. I expect you presently. The duality. Well, that's not disappointing. So I've taken the bell to the Ferrat, and I know from experience where this actually is. If we go straight through and zoom out a little bit, that's a little close. Of course, nothing's going to hurt us here because this is a level 40 zone or so. But right in the back here, you can see where this little camp is. If we go back here between the rocks, you can see where I'm heading on the map, just right directly in front of that. You can see that there's a spire back here. And we have D'Artagnan, the duality. So let's talk to him. He's a hovering erudite. Boy, he looks quite formal, doesn't he? I like those robes.
Well met.
You received my missive. Urus has mentioned that you would be seeing to this matter yourself, and you still working on the Shisher calendar? I am. However, this issue took precedence for a couple of reasons. Primarily, Fioria. Oh, I was going to look that up before I recorded this next episode, since I can't ever say her name. Is likely instrumental in helping to defeat Carafrim. But she has now passed into the ethernere. Knowing more about what is happening there could be a difference between salvation and annihilation. Have you been able to get the spire working then? Will it allow us to pass into the ethernere? I believe it will, yes. You believe? It hasn't been tested? No. Ravenous is insistent that we not send just anyone through the portal. So why are we using the spire? Why not one of those ones closer to the city? Ravenous mentioned something about those being blocked. Some manner of barrier making the crossing there impossible. The spirit wasn't more specific than that, and to be honest, I don't think even he knew why those spires wouldn't work. All right, well, what should I do now then? Speak with Ravenous and be ready. What waits for you beyond, I cannot say. And what about you then? I need to continue my work here now that the portal is open. I have been attempting to speak with Recantus about the keys of fate, but I have received few answers. However, I believe I am getting closer to finding something significant. See me again when you come back to North. Very well, I'll see you then. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be taking an unknown portal up to the ethernere, which is actually supposed to be kind of the afterlife, so this should be interesting. Here you are. I've been waiting. Well, it's good to see you too, Ravenous. Enough with your tone. There is much to be done, and time grows even short. The true spirit have done what they can to help you close the holes that have been appeared between Norath and the ethernere, but our efforts will soon be in vain. So I'm to go to the ethernere then? Of course. Now you just, you must keep some things in mind when you go. Oh? You are crossing the veil into the afterlife. You are not meant to be there. I cannot say that you will become of you when you cross into that realm. I know. I don't see where I have another choice, though. You don't. Now, if you are ready, this reality tear will take you to the ethernere. I guess this is farewell, then. Indeed, North's fate is on your shoulders, mortal. You must remember that. I will. Let's be off. Alright, so now I guess I just go into it, to the Eidolan Jungle. I guess it'll be the Eidolan Jungle. So you can see here, I've done it. Let's take a quick look at the map before we go anywhere. You can kind of see it's basically the Firot, except that it's not the Firot. So that's part of the reason we came here.
Hello.
Hello. I am Disease. Where am I? This looks like Firot, but different somehow. I believe... I'm not going to do that voice. It is as you perceive it to be. This is Firot, or it is not. Your soul makes it what it is. I'm confused. I am not in ethernere? You are mortal, and you should not be. Your soul is still one with your body, and thus neither should you be here. Perhaps, but I have no choice. I need to find out why people of Norath have been dying. Norath is in peril, perhaps more than you realize. Why is that? What do you know of the ethernere? I know it's the resting place of souls in Norath. It is where we go when we pass on from our lives. Correct. At least partially. Ethernere is where you await the call of your deities. The place where you go before you pass your final judgment in the hands of your chosen deity. All the souls must pass through here before going to the place of rest. All souls. It seems there are a few other souls around here, though. Who are they? As I said, all souls must pass through here. My answer... the call of their deities and move beyond. Others, though, attempt to remain here, or must remain here. There are wayward those with no final rest, no ultimate release. Why would someone choose to remain? They have their own reasons. While it's my job as a steward of Drenal to ensure that the souls passes through their proper destination, some cannot hide here, or can strike bargains to stay. They try to make their own existence here among the souls of the deceased. So these are wayward here? Most, yes, fighting for their existence. Against whom? Perhaps you should ask them and see what they have to say. Talk to Varus Windcall over near the cave path to the shores. If you want to know more, Rishal Sholril here in the Light Shadow Contingent Cap has even more to tell you. When you finish speaking with him, come back to me. All right, I'll see what's going on here. Okay. So it's a kind of an interesting backstory. So this is kind of like their version of purgatory, I guess. Like it's just a staging ground before you actually go to the deity that of your choice. So we're going to talk to Rishal Solreal. Hello. New to the afterlife? Oh, you could say that. Who are you? My name is Rishil. I was once researcher in the Academy of Arcane Sciences until my career took a turn for the worse, so to speak. I see. Sounds tragic. It was, more than I can say. I'm pleased, though, that I seem to recognize your state here in the Ethermere. It is good to carry on a coherent conversation. Oh, there's those that don't realize they are dead? Well, either that or they refuse to acknowledge it, which is easy to understand. I think many of us hold on to our mortal selves quite firmly. I like how they're kind of ethereal, like they're a little... They're not ethereal, but they're definitely like a different color, like faded. And you do not? I think death was something I expected in the back of my mind. I guess it was a way to prepare for what came. Others are not as prepared. I can show you what I mean. How would you do that? Oftentimes, when confused spirits land here, they wander somewhat aimlessly, and they either are guarded to their final plane of existence or until they come to grips with their new reality, accept it. Until then, however, they can be vulnerable, and now is an especially dangerous time. Why is that? The Horde is dragging off any spirit that can get its hands on. These lost spirits make easy targets since they rarely defend themselves. We want to save the spirits if we can. Then what should I do? Willing to help so quickly. I like that. Well, search on the shores. That's where the spirits in the most danger will be. Just gently nudge them back to this way. And if there's any horde nearby, you'll be served to dispatch them first. Understood. I'll come back when I'm finished. So, we're going to get some normal quest here where we defeat some things. So I like that. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. I've been through this area before, but I don't know if I ever really read what was going on. You know, you're just like, okay, it's another area, and you're sure that there's a story, but who knows? So I guess we're going to go Can I fly here? I can. Awesome. Oh, okay. There's another guy right here, so let me fly over there and see what he has to say. And this is Varys Windcall, who was the other person that they said that they wanted us to talk to.
Hello, well met.
I knew you would show up sooner or later, and sure, you're still disoriented, and I'm quite sorry to drag you into this so quickly, but times are dire. I'm not disoriented at all. Tell me what I can do to help. It is good to have accepted your fate so quickly. I apologize that there's no time to explain everything now, but we must return to the beach to assist the defenders there before the front is lost. I promise all will be revealed to you in time. All right, how many be of service? The Horde has been pressing a steady assault upon us for days now, but recently their attacks have ebbed. I fear they are planning an ever larger push. Our defenders are worn out and stretched thin. I need you to take over the task of hampering the Horde scouts and sending back any injured defenders you may find along the shore while we prepare our defense. Those scouts won't know what hit them. All right, so we've got this is pretty typical questing. We're going to go to the shore, get a couple of advances on both of these quests. Let's go down here and let's see what level the mobs are. So you can see all of the creatures here are level 92, and they all have little flags on them, which means we need to kill them. And we need to find... Also, like, both of these guys had us finding some people, right? Which I don't think it's those guys. Let's see if we can find... you can see it's just a little bit different. Like, there's this little outcropping here. That wasn't there before in the Firot. But, looky here. Here's a guy. An injured defender.
Bright blessings.
There's something about the Horde in my mind came so muddled. Aha. So, looks like we got all new creatures. And, man, that is awesome. After playing this game for 92 levels, you're ready for a little bit something different. And these creatures definitely look different than the normal ones we've been fighting up to this point. So that's quite a relief. Very cool. I like that a lot. And what is this? A Shrilgon. Look at that thing. What the heck is going on with it? It's like a floating head. So who knows what we're going to find here in the ethernere. So I'm going to go around and free up those guys, kill some of these, and if I find anything interesting, I'll be back. Oh, this head thing did have this small trinket, which starts a quest, I think. So let's see. Where did that stuff go? Oh, right here. Found strange looking, so that's going to basically collect more objects from the Horde. Okay, that's easy enough. So it looks like down here, you can see there's a wayward spirit, and he's surrounded by these Skrit Devourer, Skirth. So we're going to, I think, help him with this, and that'll advance this other quest out here, the Dearly Departed, because it wasn't being advanced before. Taken care of. These things are actually dying a little slower than before. Of course, I don't have my Merc out right now, and
hello.
But I do like that things are getting a little bit harder, and that's the way it's going to happen, because right now EQ2 is geared towards its higher level content, and so before that, actually, the content's kind of easy. And we've seen that throughout this, like where I've had no problems doing even group content. But we start getting a little bit higher, it's going to get more and more difficult, and it had to be played a little more carefully. Although this still isn't too bad, so we shouldn't have any problems here either. That's just something to take note of. Okay, so I collected everything, so let's see what Varys has to say.
Hello, well met.
Yes, I feel fine. Why do you ask? You may have noticed that our friends you sent back here were not physically injured. They probably appeared lost, though they were only a stone's throw away from our camp. Too much exposure to the harrowing Horde seems to have this effect on most souls. You could have warned me before I rushed out there. I'm sorry, I did not fully explain the situation, Disease, but I am said before, we have little time. While it's true the Horde's presence corrupts its efficacy is altered by the victim's constitution. Not all of these folks were warriors in their past lives. Fair enough. Now, fair enough. What else can I help with? In addition to bolstering our defenses, I need new arrivals to recover the power crystals from the reality anchors scattered about the beach. The Horde has damaged most of these devices, but some of our engineers have been hastily crafting new ones. If you can retrieve a good number of crystals, we'll be able to power those up. Why new arrival? What is reality anchor? Goodness, but you ask a lot of questions. The anchors are... Oh no, they're here. Get to the beach, Disease. Get those crystals and drive back the Horde. I'll do what I can. Ooh, what is that? What? A nebulous reality anchor. So it adds the following to an item. So this is like a crystal, a slotted thing. But this item can be sold and it grows with you. So it's like a legendary item that grows? This is crazy. Okay. I don't remember that at all. So this is the... I found the items on the beach, and this is who I turned it into. So let me go back to the camp and see what they have to say. Okay, Rishu.
Well met.
Welcome back, intrepid adventurer. And hello again, Rishu. I was able to find some of the lost spirits. They definitely seemed like they were completely unaware of what was happening around them. I'm just glad I could point them back this way. It is a good thing that you did, too. Those spirits would be lost to us if we were not for your efforts. What happens? Only Drenel knows right now. All I can tell you is that they are lost, never to return. Unfortunately, with the help of many of these, will keep wandering and eventually find their way back out into the Horde clutches. How might we do that? We need to collect a few minor items from around the jungle here. Many of these items will be mementos from Norath, things that might be familiar to them. How will that help them? It will help them to focus, help them to remember who they were in their past life and ultimately their death. You'll need to help guide them back into their sanity, however. They are still lost right now, and bringing them about will not be easy. So gather their items, show it to the lost spirits I find, and try to talk them into coming around. Indeed, it will be difficult, but if you run off, just look for them once again. They won't remember the conversation even if you do. All right, I'll see what I can do. All right, so, and it also looks like there's several quests that opened up here. Of course, I'm not going to read all of these. These are just additional things that we'll be able to do as we, and get some new items as well. So that's cool. All right, I think I need to head back to the beach then. Well, or I could go out here. Yeah, let me head back to the beach first. Actually, on my way to the beach, I decided to go ahead and do just a little bit of this. I'm not going to read all of these, but if you're following along, you definitely need to read what these people say, because I'll just read one. What could possibly you want from me? Be gone from me in my sight. Or I just thought you could use some help. Help? You want me to help? If you have help, immediately, if you would just go away. I want nothing more than enjoy my solitude with my books. By Unaruk. Where are my books? I'm not sure, but I can help you find them. So each one of them talks about different things from the afterlife. Previous person was talking about butterflies, and so it's kind of interesting to see how they're really lost. Looks like maybe this is the reality anchor right here. Yep. Aha. And so you take all of these crystals around them, and then we fix the anchor. There you go. Just like that. And there should be a couple more of them. It looks like if you look here on the map, it actually... No, maybe not. But we'll just have to look around for these little items here. Okay, so let's see what Varus has to say here before we move on. So we got our nebulous reality anchor. It's a miracle you arrived here when you did, Disease. I do not think we could have held even that way back without you. I regret that I will be unable to aid you directly for the final assault, but we are being pressed on two fronts, and I'm confident in your abilities. Now, did you recover those crystals? You must get the fences set up. I did, and I will get right on that. Good to hear. I only hope that the engineers have the anchors restored before the next Horde assault. We're going to need all the tricks we've got. What's our next move? Given their previous patterns, I expect the next attack to be three-pronged. They will once again come from the north and the west and the south of the beach, as well as up on the water. They will probably advance slowly and in large groups, and strategic use of reality anchors will be vital. Are you up to the task of placing these? Of course. By quite a margin, I'd say. The anchors can be placed anywhere you please, but they are limited in numbers, so it would give some thought to their location. There are 3 types available. Would you like me to explain their function? So we've got different ones. So it's just kind of like a tower defense type game that they've built in here. So let's see what a spirit anchor is. Spirit anchors link to the consciousness back to the realm of living. They are most dangerous anchors for us. They instill a longing return to the world. I cannot say they convey to the horde, but they must be abominable. Most members who wander too close to these anchors are overcome with desire to destroy them. They are useful for drawing the horde. Got it. So the spirit anchors are taunters. The soul anchors, they slow it down. The physical anchors are a pain. So the physical is the damage. Soul anchors are control, and spirit anchors are taunters. Okay, let me get them going. So we're gonna do this, and look, we've got several of them here ready to go.
Bright blessings.
I must remain here. Have you set up those anchors? No, I haven't. Not yet. I still got to get those. Okay, so I set up my anchors there. Kind of forgot which ones were which, and it kind of got crazy. I don't know. So I'm going to go back up. They return to Varus and tell him that they're set. Okay, I have,
Bright
buddy.
blessings.
Good. Unless my ears deceive me, the horde are pouring through the rifts as we speak. Get back out there. All right. Well, maybe if you moved on a little further down, I wouldn't have to, like, run back and forth between them. My. And it has begun. Look at all this craziness going on. So, that does look like a lot of things are actually attacking my little anchors. But let's go in there and let's just drop in some AoE. That's always fun, right? Wow, we gotta kill 50 of these guys. Just attack, guys. Just go nuts, man. Kind of fun casting AoEs. Always find it enjoyable. How many have I got? 48, almost done. So it says now I need to defeat the horde command. Killing enough of them should draw him out. Alright, I mean, come on. Ah, there it is. Ooh, look at him. The commander. 93 heroic, so he shouldn't be a problem. And he's dead. Just like that. So, let's go back up and tell Varus we did it. As our quest journal keeps dinging, let's go ahead and talk to him.
Day.
I just received the reports. We've dealt with a fair share of attacks from the harrowing horde, but I've never before heard of a species that led this attack. The prospects worry me. If we'd have only seen the foot soldiers, what await us when they decide to exert real effort. Best not dwell on it. The beach appears to be safe from the horde for now. Again, I'm thankful for that you arrived when you did. The engineers should be able to keep enough anchors active to repel the remaining horde for now. But even the dead see no rest. We must turn our attention to the lizard men, who have already set up camp nearby and are running attacks on our ill-defeated southern front. Is this a new occurrence? Actually, we have only just arrived here ourselves. I fear we are the invaders in this land, pressing into the lizardmen's territory. All attempts to treat with them have resulted in death on our diplomats. Nothing permanent, but it is an unpleasant experience nonetheless. I don't need a reason to kill lizardmen. Point me in the direction. You've already helped us more than we can hope to repay you for. But if you're up for more, we need you to eliminate the lizardmen camp at the southern edge of the jungle, removing the fortifications. There will cripple their ability, harass us, as well as provide us with a staging area to press onward to the Tourbillon. I will say that. All right. So I think that's going to go ahead. We're getting a little long on this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up here. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm actually really enjoying this quest line, so it's going to be a lot more of this coming. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and leave any comments you may have about the ethernere or the Eidolan Jungle, whatever it may be, or how to pronounce the one girl's name. Even. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. You get notifications whenever I put out new videos, and I try to put out videos every single day of the week, so you want to make sure you are subscribed. Till next time, bye.